Hello all, this is Zimnala coming at you with another adventure in the game of Demise, Rise of the Kutan. We're going to be picking up where we left off. We had just gotten some good levels in. We're actually getting close to switching off from Paladin, perhaps, for a little bit more Sorcerer, raise up our resistances. We did get to that second level of swing on the Paladin at least. So I feel a little bit more confident swapping back for a little bit. Sorcerer is the one that's going to help all of our situations, so I don't mind doing it a little earlier than I would normally do in this scenario on a solo character. So one of the things we were going to do is we were going to look at armor and weapon upgrades for a couple of our characters, because I just realized we were just using a dagger for this character, so maybe that's not the most ideal. I'm sure there was a reason I was doing it. I think their level was too low to really benefit from it. Like 131 here. Do we want to push for that 131? What are the alternatives? Three swings, three swings. I guess three swings is the same for these. That would take 139. So this would be an upgrade over that if we had gotten to it. Okay. So as for actual weapons, we could be swapping to this would be level. Oh, we actually can't use it as a. Oh, it's an evil only weapon. Interesting, interesting. How about Holy Sword? Where's this guy going? 153. This would be a good weapon, but we're not that close to it right now. I think that one's also pretty decent. Yeah, we're nowhere close to that. Also can't use it as this class. So yeah, this has 3 swings and backstab and 1.5. So those are the important parts of that. So we're looking for something that is one-handed and beats that. So these are two-handed, unfortunately, not significantly better. I guess this might be a little better. We could switch to this. How about you, Conqueror? Are we close to you? That's two-handed. I wouldn't want to use that. This is too high level. Yeah, I guess we could do Mythanite, as boring as it is. There's a chance that mace that we were using on the other character might also be an improvement. So let's see what level this is. 100. This actually is an improvement. Yeah. Let's go for that. We've made our decision. Let's get our mace involved. Bam. I doubt we missed any armor and stuff along the way, but let's take a peek. 109. Yeah, I figured. Next level, this is 131. Yep, 109. $131. I see. Yep, nowhere close to that on anyone. We can switch to this though. That's an upgrade. Get our upgrades where we can. Okay, then that means there were potentially a couple of upgrades for them too in that lineup. That's 140, we're not close to that. So 131 was a big upgrade, so we're not quite there yet. But having said that, I seem to remember there was at least one thing we could upgrade. I gotta remember which thing it is. Or I could just be wrong. We might already be there. I think we're actually already there. This is probably fine. Okay. Okay, so we are gonna take the normal way. Do we go down? Alright, we can't kill you. You can just chill there, being totally ineffectual. Cool, cool.
Cool. Cool.
Take a pic, see if we want to finish that. We finished this floor's mapping around the edges. So we have to go and down an area to check out the next one. Oh good, owls. We love owls. Hi, owls. I don't remember if we actually cleared the top part of this, so I'm gonna take a quick peek again. Nope, we were working our way up the right side in the top, so we're gonna go through a decent amount of our magic each time, which is quasi a problem, but it's a problem that we'll sort our way through as time goes on. Eventually we'll switch back to Explorer and that problem will be solved forever, but until then, we'll have to make do. We'll also eventually start getting regeneration items for spells as well. We just haven't found it for most characters. Like, we have one that's for our healer. Like, he's got one on that heals him a very slight amount of spells. I want to say it's like 2 spells, like every like 30 seconds. So that's why he tends to be more full than the other ones.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm not opening those because I want to use my spells for mapping instead, unfortunately. Look at that, we found a path, even though I don't think we can enter it. Would be pretty cool if there was an entrance there, though, huh? No, well, that's a bit annoying. We couldn't reach that if we wanted to, but we can reach it from both sides, so... I could teleport into the room and map, but I kinda want to. Sometimes it really is a choose-your-own adventure for mapping. So yeah, we're gonna kinda skate along the top and try to map that out as best as we can. Oh, owls. We love owls. We should be able to sort out most of this floor this run. That looks like that might be an outside section of some sort. We aren't properly mapping out those corners. That looks like a fountain. That's cool. But we will eventually, don't you worry. We're getting stronger. I'm sure they are really cool. Looks like a whole bunch of rock in this corner. Good, good, good. We love rock, I assume. Rocks are fun, perhaps. Yeah, they got a drain through. It's okay. our being full was short-lived.
Cool.
Nope, that's all the way to the corner. So we did get that northern side of 18 sorted. We could potentially map out this top part of this teleporter maze, but like I said, there's no progression in it. And, I don't want to actually go in there right now. That corner leads to a very nasty mobbed creature group called the Leprechauns, and well, you can't probably survive them unless you kill them in the first round. They are a big group of spellcasters that will absolutely decimate you. And they're completely immune to magic, to weapons, so you can, if your default is fight, you're gonna be dead. So. Yep, we gotta go around to get to the next part of it. Or tow through a wall. I don't want to go through the wall.
Cool.
I also can't map part of it from this room, because this room is anti-magic. I think we can reach from either side, though. Bam. Okay, we got that corner sorted out too, so now it's just the next floor we gotta worry about for now. We also, well, actually there is a little nibbling bit we didn't do, isn't there? So if anyone's wondering, this corner right here is actually the start of that teleporter maze. This teleporter will get you started in on it. There are several problems with going through it. Number one is that it is somewhat dangerous. The second thing is that anywhere that you haven't if you don't have a high enough explorer, you're not going to actually be able to properly map most of it out. Because every time you enter one of those rooms, you land on one of the spinners. So if you can't find your location on this floor with your exploration ability, you're just gonna not be able to map anything anyway. So it's a pretty inconvenient place overall. Oh, it's our friend the Giant King. What you up to, my guy? Getting absolutely wrecked by us? I agree. Okay, we can start mapping this corner out as well. Yep, there's another tunnel running along this, it looks like. That is exciting. Let's see if we can... you lost it. Okay. You lost the plot, but... we can technically cast this from them. And forgive me, guys. I'm going to use this as a reference for myself, so you won't be able to see my mini-map for a while, but I am going to... I want to use all the resources I can to doing this. Oh, that's cute. Hello, crystal spiders. Yeah, she didn't have a lot of spells, so we can do some of them. And this will save us casts on future trips. Yeah, we're gonna have to waste a little on this one. There's an anti-magic room in the next room. So we can cast twice more. So this is actually right next to that other pit we were at, so I can actually move my map back. Yeah, it's not liking this. So I am going to escape to menu. I think that'll also reset it. There we go. Yeah, I didn't like what I did with the map, so had to reset it a manual way. Let's say it didn't mess up my game. Nope, we're still on track. Cool, cool, cool. Skinwalkers. This game has skinwalkers. What? I don't even think that's what it was. That must be a new enemy because I've never seen them in the base game. I think that's pretty funny if it has actual skinwalkers, though. Just saying. I like it. I guess you got, not quite. You almost had enough to cast it. Alright. We're so close to pinning. So these little squares that are like on the map here are places that we got teleported to with that teleporter trap. So
Cool.
if we map out the floor,
Cool.
that can't happen to us again. Like, it was just such a problem because we hadn't actually explored all that much of this area. Are we maxed out? Not quite. One more fight or two will do it. I think if I go back to that other room, I have one cast in me for this, so we will do that. Bam. Alright, let's skedaddle. Someone found a couple of these, so let's use one of them. We actually have a friend to sell off. You survived my adventure, Spider. The other one ran away, I think. I don't think it died. Yeah, these guys aren't really all that dangerous. Let's take a look. Yep, it just has normal insect resistances. You can't cast mind spells. You can't poison them. It just has slightly higher hit points. These things are totally harmless. They don't actually have any poison, which is pretty funny. It doesn't have any abilities at all. What a fun insect. Alright, let's level up. Yep, we're not quite at it yet. Maybe next time will get us there. So they did lose a little bit of intelligence. I think I could afford to replace that. I think I have extra of intelligence. I think wisdom was the only one we hadn't sold any extra of. Yeah, we have plenty. So other things to keep in note is that we can also level up their equipment a little bit. we did in fact reach some new usage item levels. Let's go through the list. Yep, that's an upgrade. Let's slap that in our pocket. Bam. Let us check this out. Not quite. That's the next tier up. By you, we add the next better hat. We sure are. This is actually an improvement, I believe. It sure is. Okay. Slap this paladin hat out. No glowing helmet for us. Is this this one? Nope, not yet. Nope. Nope. Nope, we might be good. We seem to be set. Okay, well that's a little better. So they're gonna reach a new usage level on their next round, so we are gonna keep that in mind. Cool, good stuff. So we'll get everyone topped off. There we go, everyone is ready for adventure. Oh, it's a Gale Demon. They do kind of suck.
Cool.
Sure, we like bear. We're not gonna live, but we like bear. Come have fun with us, bears. The bears will be on parade. We're gonna go to a horrible, horrible floor. You're going to hate us. But you're coming with us, so you'll find out. Get teleported. Alright. Where do we think they ended up? If I was them, where would I be? They are at the top of the map. That's not going to be in the teleporter thing. That's kind of unfortunate. Someday we'll get lucky. Alright, let's go get them. It's somewhere around here. It's figuring life out. Just like we all are. Come on, game, I believe in you.
Hello there.
Ah, see. I guessed right. It was this room. Get in our pocket. Oh, here you are. So another option is on the way down, we could stop by this room and actually refill our spells to go deeper. That doesn't actually cost us anything but a very little bit of time. So you notice how we spend like about half of our spells on various characters, just casting buffs and stuff. You can really get around that expense by stopping by here.
Cool.
Oh hey, we didn't actually even get lost. That's a first. We didn't get lost. So another thing we could do is also cast up this spell on everyone. So if we wanted to, we could explore the water area a little better. This doesn't solve the breathing issue so much as it helps a little bit, because like our weakest characters still only have 4 breath. So 4 is the minimum. For casting that. I think you can raise it as our spell level goes up. Like, we will get better with it. It's a cleric specialty, so that's the way to get it better, is just level up cleric. It gets it cheaper, makes it work better. Any spell that guild that learns it though can make it stronger. But so there's a few choices you have in this room. So this is a floor 10. This is a floor 10. This is a floor 8. This is a floor 14. So if you want to get relatively back to where you're at, as you can see, this is right here next to that shoot down. So now we're actually topped up on spells. We could go down deep and map all those walls and some other stuff. But it's a hot question on whether we're going to actually run out of spells first or whether we'll pin. It's a quality problem. Pinning too early is always a nice problem to have. So takes a little prep time to go there, but it is definitely a strategy one can take. Once I can actually cast into the map, like without having to use like an item, we could totally just start our runs by teleporting there, getting all set up, and then heading deeper. That is usually what I end up doing. Yeah, so we're relatively likely to actually pin our way through this run. But it's okay. We're still gonna try to dig our way in there. Some of the area we cleared will still be cleared, I believe. Yep, so starting from here it looks like. Oh no, one of our bears has left. Aw, man. At least that one's not going to die, probably. Unless it can't make it back home. I guess that could also be dangerous for it. Good luck, buddy. I believe in you. Make it back home alive. We can just go through this wall. So yeah, we're gonna try to get down to this corner and hopefully not run into a bunch of toxic fungi down there. So far it looks fine. As I want to finish mapping this corner out. You don't have to kill every enemy, like, most of these aren't actually even that good for experience. I just want anything that's dangerous, because I'd rather focus on mapping rather than any amount of, like, grinding at this point. Frickin' rock grubs. I don't think they're dangerous, I think they're just a big group. But killing these can give us more mysticism, which is something we are gonna have a struggle with as time goes on. But it looks like there weren't any of the fungi in this area, so it's actually safe for us to run through this. I don't know if any of the stuff in the middle matters at all for that. So this might knock us down one floor. We are flying over water, I think, so. We do have water breathing on. I think we can fight the enemies on that floor without too much trouble. Oh, there was more spiders. Cool. Flying and mapping is not the most fun kind of mapping, but it is usually one time only. It's also usually relatively safe, so there is that. Can I just fly over all this water? Do I have to worry about it? So I'm gonna map here. I think there is a ring of rock around this at the very least. So you would have had to do that anyway. Okay. I forgot this edge we would have wanted to do as well. Are you a wall we could go through? You sure aren't. That might be a way in though, not a way out. Ah man, we would have had to do here too. Okay. Yeah, so we're gonna follow this wall. Bam. Can we stand here without being lost, please? You have Explorer. You can do it. I believe in you. One of these times you won't be lost, and I can map from there. You can't cast map area and if you're technically lost, so. And this is why that teleporter maze would have been awful, because it wouldn't have been difficult, it would have been a lot of this. You use map area to map out a couple squares, you'll find your bearings. Have to wait for it to figure life out. I believe in you, game. I guess it's kind of not worth it. We'll just cast around it, I guess. I was really hoping I wouldn't have had to do it that way. Well, that's one character's magic emptied. That was a pretty strong group. So you can get some good amulets off of those types of enemies, so that is another thing to keep in mind, is if you're missing a bunch of items that you could have, that's a place to get a lot of them. Look at that. Bam. Big ol' area mapped. Okay. Let's come get our toes wet. Maybe I should turn the underwater effects up too. They can get a little disorienting sometimes. But,
Cool.
This is the same group we were fighting up above, with one less group of that. So maybe I can save our bear friend. Yeah, he didn't die. He didn't like it though. Didn't I give you breath? Why are you drowning? Alright, yeah, we didn't open some of these, so... Fate's interesting. Fate can actually be a mana restore, if you get lucky. Our poor bears. So this place actually is good EXP. It's also
Cool.
kind of laggy a bit, so... I could turn off the run, like, I think the water effects. That's probably what I am going to do, but you can enjoy it for this run. See if we need to shuffle people around. No, we're okay. Huh. I don't know why our EXP is so uneven, but that's okay. Oh, okay. Let's... That's not great. Well... Huh. Well, let's go see where they are. Let's see if we can get them back. Not every situation is super dangerous. Can I cast displacement? I think I can cast it like 3 squares forward. So displacement is a little dangerous. Okay. Just for reference. Displacement can put you in a wall if you're not careful with your casting. So I think I want to go like 4 spaces forward. That should be fine. So displacement is a less powerful version of teleport. However, you do have to be very, very careful how you do it. So first you enter 2 coordinates. How many right, and then how many forward. So we want to go 4 forward. So bam, we're all in the water.
Hello there.
Let's come find our friends. And this is why you want everyone to have some degree of teleportation, because you will get separated. It will happen. You know? The difference is whether it's a crisis or not. or an inconvenience, you know? We did have another way out. We could have used our crystals, but also, as you can see, that's
Cool.
not always what you need to do, so. Yeah, warriors are considerably stronger than most of what we fought. They can actually do some bad stuff to us. They're also incredibly good experience. Let us sort out what we have going on. Our last bear has passed away, which is real tragic. We will miss them, I guess. Probably. But yeah, we're gonna keep topped off here. Some of these groups are more dangerous than others. So like that group we just fought is one of the most dangerous for this area. So if you're wondering if it gets much harder than that, not too much harder.
Cool.
So soldiers are not quite as strong as warriors, but they can still do a lot of damage, so. Hello, underwater fish. I mean, insects. What are you guys doing here? So this is a different underwater area than the other one. So this does also connect to another place. So my goal this time was to largely map out most of this water area. We don't actually have to fight most of these enemies. Most of them don't care about us as people. Let us just fly up and above. They can't do much to us while flying. Let us make sure we are in good condition. Was there something we couldn't hurt there? Or did we just get unlucky? I don't know. But they still need a little bit for pinning. The biggest thing with these guys, actually, now that I think about it, they're actually more dangerous than the other ones because I think they can electrocute you. I think that's why we were taking extra damage. If you're wondering. And our electric resistance is only 50%. That's what that is. Alright, let's not drown. We don't need to drown. to do what I'm doing, so. Using a less expensive version of mapping. Don't think I need to fight the warriors. So this is a way into the main part of this floor, as you can see. Like, this is an egress into properly exploring this floor. My goal is to get all the easy parts of this done, and then whatever parts we can get with distant rock and whatnot on the outside. So another thing is that this water area is actually several levels stronger than the other areas around it. So while we might have seemed like we were doing okay, and while that in some scales that is true, in other scales it's also really dangerous, so. It's definitely a case of your mileage may vary on that adventure. Alright, so we're coming back up to that issue. Okay, so I'm going to zoom out the map. I'm going to use it for my own usage for casting. I'm going to use up all the resources we got, and then we will escape. I'll call this a very successful mapping adventure. We're just gonna follow this wall. I don't think these enemies are significantly more dangerous than what we've been fighting, although there are certainly things we do have to look out for. Oh, you're an anti-magic room, huh? That's unfortunate. That does mean we can't map the whole wall from here. Aw, man. Well. There is almost assuredly a place behind it that you can map from as well. I believe in it. And we actually will get a stronger level to our map area eventually, so we'll have to do another pass in the future. That might be the whole party pinned. If so, that's fine. I will still use up our spells. These are probably undead, but undead's not going to be a problem for a while. The Mengus will see to that. These group of enemies, I believe, could do a lot of electric damage to us, and we're in an anti-magic room of pretty good size. Take a little bit to get all of it mapped on my own. Come on, you want to identify it, right? Okay. we go. Finally identified it. Yep, and we're finally in the top corner for this area. We can get around to the other side of where we couldn't map before. Yeah, we almost mapped this whole floor in one go, actually.
Cool.
So you may have noticed that there actually isn't too much variety and danger for these floors around here, which is a departure. So I'd actually say that 18 to like 24 are pretty, maybe like 23 are very similar in danger, you know? We are gonna have a bit of a gap here as well. I can't reach it from here either. Do have 4 casts left of our map spell. So we're not full clearing this floor. We will be back here anyway. This is a great place to level up. I am getting the parts that I can. Oh, that doesn't work the same way. Yeah, we had to do that. I wanted to get into that room to map it. I didn't trust our explorer to find his way. Yeah, so if you don't care about being pinned, it's perfectly possible to do plenty of exploration while pinned. You don't have to go back when you would gain a level. There can be different goals for journeys. I tend to do both. I kind of want a map right now until I run out, so that it'll be less inconvenient later. Because we're mapping out new areas, there is a possibility at items that we haven't seen before either showing up for us. Did that say immense dragon? That would be funny. As you can see, that their name was not that. So, misidentifications are still pretty funny. So that's a stronger version of the owls, I believe. I don't think they're actually bloodsuckers like their image might make you think, unless they've been changed. Spitting centipedes. Nope, stinging mantises. I didn't think they were actually what they first said they were. So yeah, there's actually corridors in this area too. We just hadn't gotten there yet. But you can actually traverse through most of this area pretty fast. So you can see there's a huge portion of this area we never even saw from our current exploration. Like, that little corner we started at, That part's pretty enclosed. This is the main meat and potatoes of this floor. This is a good floor for leveling. Yeah, let's come back to mapping. But if you do come to corridors, I do recommend you do that. Map out the corridors, so if you get lost, like you get teleported, you at least have the corridors on your map. Oh, it's gonna make me do that. Okay. It doesn't like putting the map back properly. It's a minor inconvenience. Yeah, you don't want to fight these guys. These are the sporing fungi. Do not fight them. You will very much regret that. But yeah, on that note, let us skedaddle. Look at all that mapping we did, and we didn't even died. Not quite to it yet. Oh, here's an interesting item. You don't want to wear it, but it's one of the most valuable items. It used to be one of the most valuable items in the game for some reason. I'm trying to remember why. Let us identify this. I guess the cost of it got reduced. But look at this thing. So this thing is actually amazing. This is an item you probably want most of your characters to be wearing. This is probably going to solve all of our magic issues. Oh man, we got so lucky. So the stats on it aren't good. What it does is it regenerates your spell points, so... Oh, it will. This thing is gonna solve most of our life. The question is, who do we want to give it to? That is the real question. I think the easy answer is to give it to this character because they actually can't use the better one. So, Amulet of Health is okay, but this item is cursed. See, that means you can't change guilds with it on. You could uncurse it. It's usually not super expensive. Yeah, 1,200. So it's a little cost when you want to change guilds, but other than that, it's not too bad. Amulet of Dragons. I think we already had one of these. This is something new, though. I don't recognize this. What are you? Oh, you're high level. Another spell recovery one? That is so high level. Oh boy. It's got great stat modifiers though. Give it that. Huh. So there are new items in this, I already knew that, but... Huh. Didn't expect to find one in the water area. What's with these Lemurian rings? What do they got going on? Protect level 12 is actually pretty high. Oh, did we get a second one of these? Oh, man. Do we just bite the bullet and start giving it across the board? Could transform our play. I guess every character wouldn't have to have it anyway. I don't know what you're talking about. What's asleep? Well, this is a solid weapon. I'm not sure we'd use it though over what we currently have. 4 swings is tempting though. Would that be worth replacing with our shield? Let's think about it. That's a shield that we didn't have before, a Mythonite shield. Yeah, I did wake up early. It happens. I might lay back down. You never know. Not ready. Alright, what do we got going on here? This is a little bit of dex, a little bit of protect. Do I care about the dex enough for that to be the case? That I'd rather wear it over other stuff. I guess so. I guess this is better. We're already casting See Invisible on anyone. We don't need to worry about that. We can start equipping people with these. Well, I guess for convenience sake, we could give it to this character because they can actually both map area. They could also open treasure chests. We'd never have to worry about treasure chests again. We're gonna probably end up giving it to all of our characters, so. Well, most of them. I guess not everyone would need to have their spells regenerating, like in a normal run. That is going to open up some possibilities for casting magic, though. Let's see how good of a spell this was. 2013. Well, do we have access to elemental spells? We sure don't. Okay. None of these by another guild. None of these by magi, huh? These are magi, but I don't think they kill, which is the real problem. Yeah. Alright, that's the best they can do. That sucks. On that note, then, we're gonna probably have to shuffle that up. This is certainly our best spellcaster. That is stronger. 25 times 14. 2013. So electric is our strongest magic attack. From there, I think it's a one-person spell. Yeah, it's not helpful. That's also not, unfortunately, stronger. Okay. So we have our technically strongest option. That is true. Because we are reaching a floor where we're going to have to worry about that a little bit. So this guy right here actually can cast resistance spells as well. They're just slightly more expensive. So we can start taking a couple options from them and have it cast by the ogre instead. Let us... So we took paralysis off. We're going to put it back here in the place of this. We put fire off as well. Were there any ones we weren't casting at all? Well, magic, I don't think anyone needs to worry about. We have our Mythanite on, I think, on everyone. So magic won't have to be worried about until we can either cast it at a higher level than the Mythanite, which will be forever, or until we can replace that item with something better to put in that slot. So I think we're covering all the other basics. So I think we're good. So I can actually go ahead and put that map area spell in here for them as well. So I won't have to look it up the manual way anymore. Cool. So on that note, everyone else is on slot number 1. You're on slot number 1 too. So that's consistent across the board. Okay, our situation is much improved. You also have one of these. We weren't thinking about upgrades, weren't we? We do like upgrades. You want to use these because that helps your thieving. I understand that. You don't need that as much. You can probably buy that one I sold to the store. I sold it without looking to see if it was better than what we were using. I'm just used to rings not being that useful. But we actually found an upgrade. We will take it where we can. Technically, I'd prefer if everyone could wear these, but I've only found one of these. What's going on in here? The lead murderer. I don't know where you are. We're gonna have to go exploring to find the lead murderer. I don't know where these guys live. Huh. They're layered somewhere, so we're gonna have to clear those floors we haven't been to yet. Interesting. So this is the main storyline. We haven't touched any of it because my first playthrough actually did most of the ones up to here, but it's nothing too astounding. It's just to kill a bunch of enemies that are dangerous and come back and tell them about it. I was just talking about these. Yeah, get in my pocket. Who has money? Yes,
Cool.
please. So these... You're not even identified, you jackasses. Okay. So these give you protection, they heal you up over time, and they give you a little bit of spells back without any penalty. It's just a good utility ring. I'll take that over the extra protection the other ones give me, even the extra stats. If they give me extra stats. Like, this is just better overall, but nah, I can give it to the dwarf. Dwarf can dual wield these. That's probably better. I might end up selling one after all. I bought it again for no reason, but I didn't. It's fine. I just didn't look. It's a quality problem, though, to have such good rings that you want to shift everything around. Okay, now to go back to the $1,000,000 question. Do we want to use these over our current weapons? We were thinking about it. So that's 9 defense that we would potentially have from that. This gives 21. So we'd be losing 12 defense in exchange for another hit. Is that a thing we would want to do? It also gives us a bunch of decks that's actually gonna tip it towards this. So it's actually only 5 defense. I think this is better by a decent bit. I think that is an improvement. So we have 2 of these, so the other warrior actually can't do anything with this anyway. So it's not a weapon upgrade for them yet. So it is just a future upgrade. Now the other thing is to make sure that our other stuff is up to top. We reached 131, so that should be an upgrade for a few things. This is not it. Did not think it would be. This is it, so we could get another one of these. That won't be upgraded for a while. I don't think this is anywhere close, right? 153. Actually, now that I consider it, we could have been wearing this for a little bit. We do only have a couple, though. Anyone at 153 would benefit. You also could benefit. Nice, nice. Improvements are improvements. So reference, that is 3 strength, 12 and 13. So the main stats are the same, but this has 1 extra strength modifier, which gives us 2 and 2. So like it does both, and it increases our damage modifier, so. So yeah, we were giving them their upgrades, so yeah, they can wear a better cloak. This is more drain resistance, so this was one of the main reasons why we were having less problems, is our characters were actually able to get an 80% drain resistance without having to struggle. So that's at 140. We're not there yet. You could have been wearing that though. Let's get that in your pocket. There we go. Cool. Solid upgrades across the board. Fantastic. That was very, very good of a find across the board. So, yeah. We're going to be calling it here, guys. I will catch you later. This one ran long because of all the maintenance, but it was worth it. We got our ducks in order. We got a lot of mapping done. Catch y'all next time. Bye-bye.